Hi everyone! Welcome to the Expert Series. My name is Su-Zen. I'm the Creator Community Manager for Philippines, and today we're so excited to have my Lin here.
Hi everyone, my name is Mylin. I am Partner Operations Manager for like 4 countries in Southeast Asia, and Philippines is one of them. I am so excited today to be here with Suzanne and meet all of you for actually the first time.
Yeah. If you guys are on the stream right now, do pop in the chat box and let us know your name, your channel. I know some of you there, your name, your channel, and also which country you're from, because I know we have a lot of you from Philippines, but we also have quite a number of you from different countries as well. So would love to know where you guys are from. But you know what? Before we go on, I'm just gonna pass it straight on to Mylan, who's going to actually do our product updates for us, and then we'll go straight into the questions that you guys wrote for us in the creator community. If you guys have additional questions, just pop it in the chat box. I'll be monitoring the chat right now, so I'll be chatting to you guys throughout. So sometimes if I look down, it means I'm chatting to you guys, and then I'm just going to pass it over to Mylan now, who'll be running us through some product updates.
Thank you, Suzanne. I think that all of you may have heard about all the updates of YouTube before, but so today, Suzanne and I, we chose just only 3 updates from YouTube that would be kind of like highlights to you, and hopefully that it will help you to, I don't know, a lot of you also ask about how can I attract more viewers, how can I get more subscribers to my channel, so maybe all these updates would help you to answer all of those questions. So let's go into the YouTube updates.
Awesome. Let's go. There we go.
So the first update that I would like to, can everyone see the screen? If you see the screen, can you please just let us know?
Yes.
Kind of like a yes on the chat so that we all know that you can be able to see it. So if you see the screen right now, the very first update that we have is about the YouTube's new look and feel. So if you were remember the old YouTube look, there was no way that you can have like an infinite scroll to see all the videos or all the channels that you have subscribed for. However, with this new YouTube new look and feel, you can see it is really simple. It is emphasizing on the simplicity. It is really clean, really fresh, and you can be able to see all the visuals very like pop up into your eyes. Another thing that I really like about this new YouTube look is the consistency, because it's a new design and it's aligned with all the Google platforms. It's definitely really beautiful to me. I love it. And the favorite thing that I like about this YouTube new look is about the dark theme. So if you haven't, if you haven't tried this dark theme, go ahead and give it a try, and you will see that it is actually helps your video and others' video as well really pop up on the homepage. So if any one of you who haven't tried it, then go to youtube.com/new. And you can be able to try the new look.
Awesome. Also, just wanted to pop in here. We know that we have the old logo going on here. We literally just realized it when we sat down. We have the old logo here and on Myla's shirt as well. But yeah, we'll be looking to update it soon.
Cool. Going to the second features. The second feature that we just update on YouTube is about the video preview. So maybe some of you already, I know that the Pinoy creators, yay, are very tech savvy. So probably a lot of you have already noticed this video preview feature on YouTube. But for those who don't know, so it is a new way to preview videos. Put it simple. So if you hover the mouse on the video thumbnail, you will see a 3-second preview of the video. This is why do we do it? Because we also get a lot of requests from creators and from all viewers across the globe about how do we know that the videos or the content that I am going to watch will match with the thumbnail that it shows. So this is kind of an answer from us about this. So this is really easy for you to know that what is a video will be about, because it's not going to be only the thumbnail, but you'll also to see kind of like a really brief summary of the video content.
Awesome. And last but not least.
Yay! Last but not least is we have the new feature for creators who will be on trending tab. So for creators who will have their videos on trending tab, you will be able to see a notification with a little fire that tell you that, hey, your video has just moved into the top 10 of the trending tab. So you can be able to learn more about this feature as well on about trending on YouTube Help Center. So I hope that all of these updates, new features on YouTube will be exciting to you and you will use it. And hopefully for the last feature, someone who is watching today may be able to have their video on trending sometime.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mylin. Well, with that, let us know what you think about the product updates. Let us know which is your favorite feature on YouTube on the chat below. But with that, we're going to go straight into the questions that you guys put for us on the creator community. So the very first question we have comes from Boz Rowell. What will happen to my account if I have 3 or more strikes? And how do I prevent this strike? That is a good question.
Wow, great. So this is not the... I would say that Boz Rowell is not the only one who asked this question, but I see that a lot of creators in our community also are interested in this question. So let's put it straightforward. If you your channel have more than 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated. So it's it depends on is it the community strike strike or it's a copyright strike. It will kind of I wouldn't say the punishment, but what you get from limited features on YouTube will be different.
Right.
So I could at all of those features that are like feature limitation when you have the first one or the second strike is actually clarify on our help center as well. So I remember that if you have the first strike, let's say copyright strike, you probably, it is kind of like a warning. But if it's starting is as the second strike, then you might have, for example, your live streaming feature not available at all to your channel. So going to the second part of the question is that how do I prevent this strike? Basically, YouTube has the community guidelines, the community guidelines, the terms of use, and we also want to make sure that everyone who is using the platform, who is watching the content on YouTube, are satisfying with what we watch, and it is safe for even kids to watch it. Right. So if you have any and if you are thinking about, for example, using a music to make your video more exciting, more appealing to someone who watch it, make sure that you have the rights to use that music. And if you don't have the music that you are actually composing, then why not thinking about using the YouTube free library?
And I'll be posting all these links on the chat box below, our community guidelines, our copyright need to knows, and also the YouTube audio library.
Cool. Thank you, Su-Zen.
No worries. Awesome. Well, I think Mylin answered that pretty thoroughly, but if you have any more follow-up questions to this, feel free to pop it in the chat box below. Awesome. Next question. Do ads run in embedded videos? Okay, I can take this one. So basically, display ads run automatically on embedded videos, so that shows by default. But video ads like in-stream or true view ads need to be approved. So what this is that the website that it's sitting on, so for example, if you embed your video into your blog or onto another website, that website that you embedded your video on needs to be whitelisted by the YouTube team and approved by our team. So the criteria for a partner website to be whitelisted is that it needs to have at least 10,000 YouTube embedded playback views per month. So not just views on your YouTube channel, but it needs to be 10,000 views on that website itself. So if you want that website to be whitelisted that your video is sitting on, please check first that you reach the minimum criteria, which is 10,000 minimum playback views. Awesome. Next question by Numu TV.
Hey, Numu
I actually really
TV.
like this question. Will beating an egg for your how to make a cake video be tagged as a violent content for the word beating?
I think this is a really interesting question.
Yeah.
So, if you go into what is considered as violent content on YouTube has you know that we also have like a really long and thorough center for only about like community guidelines,
Yeah.
right? You will see that. What do we consider as, for example, nudity content, or what is considered as violent, what's considered as spam? You can be able to see like the very clear guidelines of what is considered and what is not. I would say that this is like for the question of as like an how to, for example, how to make a cake video, and you've put a title as beating an egg to make a cake.
Yeah.
For example, I'm just making this up. And that title totally match up with the content that you're making,
Right.
and totally match up with also maybe the description that you say that here is how we beat an egg to make a cake in your description of the video. I like logically, I don't think that it has any problem at all to be considered as violent.
Right.
However, I also see that there are cases that creators also, I don't know, like use the word to like there are some words that they are using is kind of like being
Like
used
clickbait.
as like clickbait. So like for example, you think that for example like right now there's like a trend of like violence. Let's say a trend of like violence content on somewhere even like in traditional media, and so you want to make use of that opportunity, put that on your title so that people search more about it, and apparently maybe your video will appear. So if that is the case, then I don't think that like any of the word can be also considered and reviewed really carefully by our internal team, especially the policy team, to consider is it violent case or not.
So
Does
they
it
never just look
describe-
at the word as a whole. So how it works is that it looks at the word and it also looks at the
The
content,
context.
the context of the word. So
Yes.
let's say, for example, it does get accidentally dinged by the system. Do we have an internal team that will review this? Is there an appeal that they can go through?
Yes. So in the case that you think your video, also it's the same case for the first question about if I get a strike, what do I do?
Yeah.
Then if you think that this is the decision about the strike or the channel being terminated is a mistake, you can always have the way to appeal that decision by going to the form to report, to appeal that, hey, I have like all the proofs to describe that this is an actual like legit case that you should review again, and we will have human review for those videos.
Awesome.
And channels.
I'll pop the appeal link on the chat box as well for you guys. So I will pop the appeal link for community guidelines, and there's also another appeal if it's copyright as well, right?
Yeah, for copyright strikes.
Awesome.
Exactly.
So I'll pop both of that in. So for this question, it will be more appealing for under community guidelines. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Next question.
Hey.
When the channel reaches 10,000 lifetime views, how will you know if your account has an active ads that can be monetized?
Thank you, RR26 Adventures, for this question. So when the channel reaches 10K lifetime views, basically what you will see that you will have like a notification email saying that that hey, you have reached this like milestone, so that you can be able to request for monetization for your channel. Another way is that you can also check on when you go into Creator Studio, you can also check your channel features to see if monetization is allowed for your channel, and then you can apply for monetization or engage in the YPP program. Yeah, YouTube Partner Program, so that you can start monetizing.
Awesome.
Yep.
Before we jump on to the next question on the slides, we actually have a question here from Elmar Gomez that says, I have flagged a very offensive and racist comment for Filipinos, but until then the comment still exists. Does YouTube really facilitate comment flags?
Okay, sorry, I will just see the question clear again. Flag a very offensive and racist comment for Filipino, but until the comment still exists, do YouTube really facilitate comment flag? Thanks, Elmar.
Yeah.
I think that I hope that I pronounced your name right. Thank you for the question. Basically, we do have the team and to be able to review all comments, all content on YouTube. In the case that you flag a comment as offensive and racist, for a certain reasons. We also have team to review that and be able to make decision that is it a legit, is it the legit reason to delete that comment? Why does the person who make that comment would want to put it public, for example? If you think that the case that you are really strong about this case, you can also write to get support on via the help button to ask for taking down the comment if you think this is too offensive and believe that it should not be on YouTube.
Yeah.
I hope that it answers your question, Alma.
Yeah. And another question from It's Will. Why does YouTube block videos in some countries? I don't think YouTube actually doesn't block videos in countries, but the video owner can actually use geo-block to choose to block their own videos in certain countries. As far as I know, YouTube ourselves, we don't actually block videos from certain countries.
Yeah. Talking about blocking video, we actually need to talk about the rights of showing that video in certain countries, right? So when we talk about the rights of showing a content, we need to talk about the copyright owner. So copyright owner are the one who decide that I want to show this content on certain countries and I don't want to show certain content on other countries. So it's also really depends on the copyright owner, and sometimes it's just because the content is like some partners, some direct partners of YouTube, let's say that they are like really big like video studio and visual studios, and they just don't want to like, I don't know, like sometimes it's really about like the decision of that company as well, of the studio, it's of the music labels,
and
of
the
production
sensitive
house,
nature of that country.
right? So it's like the whole about like the business of how the copyright owner works with each other as well. So it is not the decision of YouTube. It is actually the decision of the copyright owner of that content.
And the content owner itself.
Yes.
I hope that helps answer your question as well. Awesome. Next one. How can my channel engage with more people? Allenjutsu. I can take this one. So it depends on it depends on what kind of channel you actually have, but of course engagement, the way I see it is that engagement, I would focus on 4 things, and the first would be shareability, the second would be conversation, the third is interactivity, and the fourth is consistency. So what I mean by shareability is there are many ways in which you create your content, right? And shareable content, if you're a small creator, a great opportunity is to begin to understand what is it that people want to watch, and also your own personal style and building your own individual content. So with engaging content, one of the ways you can do it is to join the conversation. So to join the conversation would be, for example, what's the latest trend going on now? Like, feel free to pop in the chat below, but I heard of this baby elephant trend thing recently that came out from Indonesia, and then it's kind of spread all over. You have the PPAP that was really popular at one point. So that's a way to join in the conversation when you kind of catch on to things that are trending. The reason you do that is also to show that you're relatable to what your audience is. You don't have to do exactly what someone else is doing, but playing on these trends will help you be a part of the conversation, and this helps a lot when you're a small creator to give you visibility to your videos. The other thing is that when you think about making your videos, can you make videos that kind of give people, is it useful to people? Is there practical tips or information, how-tos, that sort of thing also drives people into watching your content. And lastly is, does it strike a chord with your audience? There's this really good quote that Michelle Phan, a big beauty YouTube creator, actually said, that she said that in YouTube, it's a very different relationship. YouTubers are more like friends, brothers and sisters to their audience, rather than celebrities who are seen as idols. So when you want to talk about how you can engage more with people, always have that at the back of your mind. Your audience are not just your fans. Your audience are people that look up to you, that you can engage with. And I always think that, consistency is so important, and consistency can come in many different forms, whether it's through your voice, your personality, your schedule, or your format. Try to think of a consistent way in which you can deliver your content to your audience. For example, if I said to you, hey, can you describe your channel or the videos that you make to me in 1 or 2 sentences? If you're not able to do that, then you need to ask yourself, okay, Like, what is it that I'm offering to my audience that's of value? Another way to engage is obviously to plug yourself in the community. Talk to your audience, ask them what they want to see, and ask them what it is that excites them. And you can use analytics as well. Like, if you want to be pretty strategic about it, use YouTube analytics to. We have a lot of different reporting, like the audience retention reporting, traffic sources. This will actually help you see what kind of content what kind of content your viewers interact with the most, what kind of content draws viewers into your channel. Use all these tools to your advantage. I'm actually going to pop a few links on the chat box below for you guys to check out how to use analytics more effectively, but also how to engage with your community in a much more effective way. Cool. I hope that helps answer it.
I really like the answer of Su-Zen. It's really, I think I also really agree with the consistency. Just think about when you watch TV.
Yeah.
And you always look up for, like, after work or after school, you know that at 7 p.m. there will be this movie.
Yeah.
And you know that it's gonna happen every Wednesday and every Friday.
Yeah.
And imagine that on Wednesday at 7 p.m. one day, you go and you turn on your TV and you don't see that movie anymore.
Yeah.
Would you be disappointed?
Yeah.
Would you trust that the next time when you turn on TV at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, will you see that movie again? If it happens to, like, the second time, the third time, you know that TV show actually will lose the audience.
Exactly.
Right? So it's just the same with when you create your video and content.
And be sure to communicate that to your audience. If you're a creator that you're actually creating videos every single day or 3 times a week, use your channel banner. Be quite smart about it. Use your channel banner to advertise that. You can be like, videos out, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or videos out every single week. So if I'm a new viewer and I come in, I'll be more likely to try to subscribe to you and want to come back and watch your videos because I know, oh, okay, this person puts out videos on a consistent basis.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
And totally, I also like the part that whatever you share with, it's not about the fan, right?
Yeah.
It is about, like, it's not about the fan, it's about the friends.
Exactly.
It's about the community who watch your video, who support you on certain opinions, who support your interests, who support all of your passion.
Yeah.
So it's really about sharing the content, create the content that would be appealing to that community.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Su-Zen on all of this.
Like, it's great to look up to top creators, but really develop your own personal style and your own personal content that appeals to your viewers, because viewers come to see you, they don't come to see a copy of anyone else. Cool. Montes.
Okay, so the next question will be from Montes.
Montes.
Yay! I hope that she is here. So Montes asked, how many seconds are allowed if we are going to use a song or music with copyright? So we won't have any copyright strike. Is it gonna be 30 seconds? Is it gonna be 10 seconds? So I think it's gonna understand about this from the shoes of the copyright owner. Right? So let's say that you create a content or you compose a piece of music. You have put so much effort and time, all of your sweat is into that songs or like a music video, and then you see someone else just use that content without permission, without asking you. And now you want to know a way to, like, get in, like, using that music without permission. I don't think that the copyright owner will be happy with that. So anytime that, for example, I create a video and I want to use a music, I just try to think that someone out there must create this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm using that without any permission. I'm kind of, like, reluctant to use it. So there is no strict rules in terms of how much time it will be. It really depends on the copyright owner who will decide. Maybe the copyright owner will decide, no, they don't want anyone to use that song or that piece of music at all, even if it is 1 or 2 seconds, even if it is 5 seconds. So I can't comment on the exact timing here, but I just want to bring another perspective for all of our creators here to think about being in the shoes of a copyright owner, about someone who actually create the content that you want to use. and think about that. Yeah.
I think that's a really good way to answer that question, because I think a lot of times creators try to think like, oh, how do I get around the system? And they tend to think, oh, it's YouTube that's stopping me from using this. But it's not YouTube that's stopping you from using that. It's we have things in place to protect copyright owners, because you're creators yourself and you understand that your work should belong to you and you should be the one that has the last say on who can use that work. So we have systems in place to protect the copyright owners, but when it comes down to using music that doesn't belong to you, the decision lies with the person who owns the music, which is not us. It's the person who owns the music, essentially. Yeah.
Thanks, Su-Zen.
Awesome. How do I join YouTube events, and are there any Davao-based YouTube community or events to go to? Well, I'll answer the first part. We send out invites for YouTube events, and usually the minimum threshold, we have different kinds of events, but the very minimum threshold for most YouTube events is to have 1,000 subscribers. This is across the market. This is globally. And it depends on what kind of events. We have Creator Days and Creator Connects, and also FanFest Creator Camp, which is all for creators above 1,000 subscribers. If you're a creator above 10,000 subscribers, we have a different set of workshops and events. And if you're a creator above 100,000 subscribers, we also have a different set of workshops and events as well. To find out more about YouTube events, we actually send out emails. So we send out emails to creators based on where your channel is based. So if your channel is based in Philippines, you will get emails and updates about Filipino events, for example. So if you find that you actually have moved countries, be sure to actually update your information as well to get the most relevant information from YouTube. Another great way to find out about the upcoming YouTube events, and this is the most updated way, is to be on the YouTube creator community. So we update all new events on the YouTube creator community, and we also put a sign up link in there, but we also put the threshold. So if you don't meet the threshold, you might not be accepted into the event, but don't worry, you'll get there soon. And we also have, apart from live events, we have a lot of online events as well, such as this, which you can join, and it's for creators who have 100 subscribers and above. So we have many different kinds of events for all sorts of thresholds of creators. In terms of Davao-based YouTube community events, at the moment we don't have any Davao events, but in terms of a Davao community, I'm not too sure. So if any of you out there who are Davao creators, please pop it in the chat box below, and perhaps you guys can actually form a community of your own, and we hope to be coming to Davao soon and actually do a YouTube event there soon. So stay tuned for that. Oh, interesting question. Currently, I'm only using a phone. How can I improve my video content quality so that more viewers will be attracted to my video? This is quite an interesting question, and I like this question a lot because a lot of times creators come up to me and they say, oh, I don't have the best equipment, so I can't create good videos. I don't have a proper camera. I'd love to tell you guys a story about this Indian creator who's one of the biggest creators in India now, and he basically went 0 to 1 million in less than a year. So his name is BBK Vines. For those of you who haven't heard of him, look him up, because he shoots everything on a Nexus 6, like his phone. Up till now, he's like 4 million subscribers. He refuses to use a camera. He still uses a phone to shoot all his videos. And he's a really great example of where you can have the best equipment, but at the end of the day, content is king. He's an excellent example of that. And you know, people wanted to give him cameras. He didn't want to use the camera. He was just like, I have my phone. It's not even the latest Nexus, by the way. It's like the old Nexus from like 2 years ago. He doesn't even want to change because he said, I'm comfortable with it. He edits everything on that phone as well. So he shoots, he edits, he does everything using that Nexus phone alone. So content is really king, guys. Like, if you really want to improve your video content quality though, we actually have a pre-production boot camp that's happening right now that you guys can sign up for. So I'm going to pop the link in the chat box. The pre-production boot camp is pretty cool because it teaches you a lot of different things, such as how to bring your idea to life, tips for scripts, how to write a storyboard, and how to plan your shoots, all taken from experts in the industry. So I'm going to put the registration page for you so you can learn how to turn your ideas into great videos. And I'll also put a lesson teaching you basically production hacks. So easy ways in which you can shoot well using a mobile phone, and very cheap and easy ways to shoot great videos.
I always have a really great admiration to people who just turn a content on, like from like the shooting from their phone on to a video. It takes a lot of, it's really convenient to use a phone. However, I can also see the post edit.
Yeah.
The editing will take a lot of time. However, it's a really nice way to always have really fresh content.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, content is really the most important thing. If you can connect with your audience as a person, then you've got it made.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ooh, how do I become YouTube certified as an individual and not affiliated with any company?
Ooh, great question. So, to become YouTube certified, unfortunately, until now, we still only offer this opportunity to people who are working for a company that have partnership with YouTube. However, if you are really someone who want to learn more about YouTube, want to learn more about all of the even how YouTube works, how to have more subscribers, how to make your content appealing to a number of people who watch YouTube, then I would also recommend another great source, which is Creator Academy. So I also I work with a lot of partners who are actually production houses, who are music labels in Southeast Asia, and I could say that Creator Academy is also a really great source that I recommend to them. And they also find it really helpful. So you will see that there are courses on Creator Academy about all the topics that you can name. Monetization, about channel optimization, about copyright, about policy, all of those. So it is on Creator Academy, guys. And maybe Su-Zen, you can also pop up
I'm gonna pop the link
of Creator Academy down to the chat so that people go for it and use it. This is such a great resource, but I feel like a lot of people forget that it's there. And to be honest, back then when I know nothing about YouTube, Creator Academy really gets me started to know a bit about like how to make a good video, just like really to know really like nice tips. And actually after the course, there will be also some pop quizzes, questions as well, just so that you can kind of test your knowledge after you learn something.
So someone really in the chat actually asked, how do people get certified with 100 subscribers? So it's really not down to subscriber base. It's based on whether you're actually a running business or like a production company. So that's what the YouTube certified program is for, is to actually certify. So if you have employees and stuff like that, is to basically help them better manage their channel. So it's not down to a subscriber thing.
However, I will really take this feedback as well and bring it to other team within YouTube to see that is there any way that we can think of having YouTube certifications for creators who maybe think about doing YouTube as a profession. So definitely. Thank you a lot for this feedback.
And this is a question from Gab.
Oh, nice.
Okay, next question.
I think that this question is actually the last question that we have in that we get from the creator community.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, do you guys have any other questions? So this is basically all the questions that we have had from the creator community itself. But what we're going to do now is we're going to scroll through the chat really quickly and then pick out questions that you guys asked. So if you have any additional questions, pop it in the chat.
Yeah, I can see there's a question from Lexicon TV. He asked about how gaming creators can be able to make their videos more appealing. If I understand the question right, Lexicon TV. If you're still here.
I mean, there's so many strategies in which you can approach a gaming channel. One of the things in which a lot of my top gamers, how they became popular was they focused on one game initially. So I had this creator where she was solely focused on just Minecraft, and she became known as like a Minecraft gamer. Obviously, she started then broadening her horizons and playing other games, but that is one of the ways in which you can start developing traction and being known for something is really important, because YouTube is a really large space. Gaming is a really large space as well. How do you make yourself stand out from the rest? Some of them, what they do is they take that sort of more PewDiePie style where they mix the gaming with comedy, with their own personality. So it's not just them playing the game, but they put their own reactions into it. So people subscribe or people buy into them not just because of the game they're playing, but because they like the personality that's presenting. So think about it yourself and think about, okay, as a gamer, if I have a gaming channel, how do I make myself not so much stand out, but how do you make it unique to who you are as a creator as well? Ask yourself why you're doing this. Why do you want to create a gaming channel? Is there a specific game you're really passionate about? Maybe it's game reviewing. Maybe that's something you're more interested in. So really take the time to sit down and understand initially what it is that, you really want to put forth. If you want to go more in depth into it, you can get yourself connected with the community. So get yourself plugged into the gaming community to really understand what it is that, that your audience would enjoy, what it is that they're looking for, and then see how you can plug into that and see if you can offer them something that's what they're looking for.
Also, in addition to what Su-Zen also just advised, just think about the gaming content. If you only think about gaming content as like you review the game, you have the game, it's actually not true. There are so many people who turn on, who take their time to look at gaming content on YouTube, just to, for example, to look for, let's say, tutorials of how to play a song that from the game that they really like. So, for example, a friend of mine who really likes like music from Final Fantasy, I know is not like no longer a really popular game, but back then it was. And a lot of people are interested in that music, and they want to know how to play the piano with us, how to play a guitar version of that kind of song. So that is also like the gaming type of content, the type of gaming content that you can be able to think about if you have a bit of like the musical talents. Or also there are people who actually make their channel content about, like, for example, how to bake a cake that actually appears in some of the games that is really popular. So that is like the kind of content that we never think that is gaming content, right? But it's actually rooted from gaming.
Exactly.
And that is so interesting. You would be surprised at how many people turn on to watch those videos. So just be creative. Just it's not only about like play the game, but it's also about anything that is related to games.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, you really have to understand that gaming is a huge community with really dedicated fans to it. So think about how you can add value to that community and really keep the fans coming back. Gaming videos actually work well when you do serial content. So build episodes one after another. Don't just do one-off things. Serial content works very, very well, especially in the gaming vertical. Collaborations are really important and really key when you want to build new audiences. Find other gamers, find other creators who are similar to you, who you get along with, and work on a collaboration with them. And also, be a trendsetter. Like, think about, how you can curate really great videos that produced by other gaming creators. Like, you don't only just have to put up your own videos. You can actually curate in a playlist really great videos by other creators. So you show yourself as someone who really knows what they're talking about and who's really passionate about this field.
Fantastic idea.
Awesome. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What is the best time and day to post videos by Esel Rivera? Do you have an answer to that one?
Ooh. To be honest, I think that the timing of video is, firstly, it needs to be convenient to you, right? Because you want your video, you want the content on your channel to be consistent, even with the timing that you post your video, right? So it should be the time that are convenient to you, first of all, who is a content owner, who is a content creator. And next is gonna be, you will think about who are the audience who watched your content. Or is it kids friendly? Is it gonna be geared towards someone who play games? Is it gonna be actually educational session or education related to like young parents, for example. So you will think about that, and you will think about the time that maybe it would be also good for this audience. So for example, for kids, I'm just thinking that if it is for kids, then you would think that, oh, if you actually post something that is during the school day, who is going to watch it, right?
Yeah.
So you will think about maybe posting your videos and have more chance to engage with the comments of the viewers at the time that they are free as well, just as when it is convenient to you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can actually use analytics as well. So you can actually use analytics to see when people are watching your video the most. So if you go into analytics, there's actually a reporting tool. I'm just going to pop it in the chat box link to show you guys how to navigate through analytics and actually learn how to find out. I wouldn't say that there's, because it really depends on, as what Mylan said, on who your audience is. I'll give you a really good example. There was a creator I worked with where he found out analytics that most of his viewers actually came from the US, even though he was based in Asia. And he realized that he was actually uploading at a time that was 3 a.m. in the US, but that's because it's a convenient time for him in the country he was based in. So because he realized that, oh, okay, most of my views are actually based in the US, he switched his upload time to upload it at a time that's more convenient for US viewers, and he actually saw his viewership rise because of that. So there are very many ways in which, there's no, I'm not going to say to you, post on Saturday at 9 a.m. because it doesn't work that way. Every YouTube channel is very individual. So use your analytics. Like, analytics is such a powerful tool, and it's so catered to your own viewership and your own channel itself. So use analytics to really find out when is the best time for you to post, because it may be good for you, but it may not be as good for someone else. Awesome. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to bombard us with questions because we have about 10 minutes left of the session. So if you have any more questions, feel free to put it up so we can help answer it for you guys.
I also have, like, a lot of people are thinking about how can I grow. Like, for example, if I have a pool of let's say like 50 or 100 subscribers, and I also want to dream of a day that I can be able to reach 1,000, 100,000, having silver button, things like that. How can I grow from like a couple number of subscribers to a lot of subscribers? Would you have any kind of tips also to make someone, like, or even ideas to help someone who can bring up the viewership of their channel?
Yeah, so if you're someone who's maybe at the mid-range mark, so let's say you're at the 20, 30,000 and you're kind of finding difficulty boosting yourself up over the 100,000 mark, and this is going to sound like it's really simple, but honestly speaking, most of the top creators we've worked with, the one thing that they said to us that really boosted their viewership and really boosted their engagement and subscribers was when they became really consistent with uploading their videos. The reason is that there's a few different reasons for that. Number one, of course, like, the more you upload, the more content there is for people to watch. Naturally, what you will see is that some of the creators complain that, oh, but my viewership dropped because I uploaded too many videos. But if you look at analytics as a whole, what happens is that your viewership actually increases over a month-to-month basis. It may have decreased over a day-to-day or video per video basis, but on a month-to-month basis it's increased because, number one, there's more content for people to watch. The second thing is obviously a more personal development thing. People always say quality over quantity, but I always believe that if you have quantity, you have quality, because when you have quantity, you produce so much videos that you start getting better at it. You start getting better at filming, you start getting better at conceptualizing, you start getting better at shooting, and you start getting better at understanding what it is your audience likes and what it is your audience doesn't like. If you look at most of the top creators, from Superwoman to even local creators like Will Dasovich or Mikey Bustos, they upload every single day. Sometimes they even upload multiple times a day, and you have to ask yourself, there's a reason why they do that.
Cool. Thank you,
Okay,
Suzanne.
no worries. We actually have a
I think that so Richard asked a really great question. Can you tell us more about the creator community? Because we mentioned a lot about creator community for anyone who doesn't use it.
Yeah, sure. If you guys don't use the creator community, please get
Use
on
it
it.
now.
Someone put the link below for us. www.youtubecreatorcommunity.com. So the creator community, we actually we have the English speaking community. So the English speaking community serves United States, UK, Philippines, and India, and we have community managers for all these different markets. I'm the community manager for Philippines. We have a yay, and we have a community manager for the UK, and then one for India as well. So the creator community is just a really great way for you to not only connect with other creators and have discussions and find out the latest information that's coming up about YouTube, but it's also a really great way to find out about the latest events that are coming up in your country. And not only that, we actually do a lot of stuff on the creator community. Like for example, this event, we had advertised it on the creator community. Wow. We got the questions from the creator community itself. It's like the one-stop shop. If you're a creator and you want to get connected with the community, this is essentially the place to do it. We have different corners there. There's a collaboration corner. So if you're looking for a creator to collaborate with, how I've seen other creators use this is, for example, I'm a creator from Singapore and I'm traveling to London and I want to collaborate with a creator there, and you don't know how to find these collaborations, put it on the creator community. Hey, I'm a Singaporean creator. I'm traveling all the way to London. Are there any creators in gaming creators or beauty creators? Like, be specific about it who want to collaborate with me. You can also use it to have general discussions. If you have questions, put it on the creator community, because we have amazing top contributors and rising stars. I know some of you are on the live stream right now, so please say hey if you're a top contributor or rising star, because these guys are so invaluable in helping us moderate the community.
I can even see because I think that this question is from Richard. Just want to take this opportunity as well to thank him, because I can see that Richard also answered a couple of questions as well on live chat and even on creator community. Thank you, Richard, for all of your help.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know Numu TV is on this as well. Numu has been an absolutely great help in terms of being our rising star in the creator community. So much to do with the creator community. So please check it out if you haven't already, and please just pop over to the newbie board and say hi if you're new.
Cool.
Awesome. So we're going to take maybe one or two more questions before we wrap it up for this time round. But if you guys are enjoying this, please let us know in the comment below, and we'll love to do it again. We'll also love to hear your feedback, because feedback is super important for us here at Google. We really actually listen to feedback. Let me just pop the link below here. I put the link for the feedback form. It will be such a great help if you could actually help us fill out that feedback form, because it helps us know what we're doing right and what we can do better. And also, like, if you have suggestions for other types of live streams or events that you want to see happen, this is the place to let us know. But if you have any other further questions, I think Mylan and I can probably take another one or two more.
Yes.
Is there anything that's popped up?
Not really. So
I accidentally clicked out of the chat, so I'm like going back on it again.
Okay, so it's Will asked this question. Does YouTube check someone's age on their YouTube channel before they send an invitation for YouTube events? Because I noticed when I was invited in the creator community, I was the only 14 years old kid.
We don't check on age. I mean, we have sent invites out to 5-year-olds. Obviously, they will come with chaperones, but no, all our events are very family friendly. And there's no age threshold in terms of attending a YouTube event, unless it's FanFest. But FanFest is very different because it's a concert and it's like a fan event.
Yeah.
Awesome. One last question by Larry Vlogs. Why did all of a sudden receive some earnings my channel while I only have less than 6,000 lifetime views? I think we need to look deeper into this because it's not that much information.
Interesting.
But if you could actually just go on a creator community and give us more information, like you can actually private message me if you like, and then we can maybe help try to answer that for you. We'll answer it publicly so that people who have similar questions can actually get them answered as well. But awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Like really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please fill out the feedback form. I just popped it in again.
I am so curious what you guys would think about the session today, this live stream, so that we can, any ways that we can improve it more.
And if you'd like to see my Lin again.
Yes, I would love to be here. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. My Lin took some time out, and she's super smart, and she knows all these, complicated issues, and we're really, really grateful that she's taken the time here to come and speak to us here as a community, and really grateful for you guys as well for tuning in. Please let us know what you think, and also, as mentioned before, please leave feedback so we know what we can do next. And for those of you who haven't joined the creator community, please join the family. We'll love to see you there. But for now, we're just gonna tune out for now, and thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate all your questions and really appreciate all the engagement as well. Bye guys.
Thank you.